Alrighty, guys, I am back in action. So time to wrap it up for today. And so far, it looks to me like we had range-bound day still extending to the upside. So early on, it looks like, looks like we got a little bit of strength. Uh, Turned into, well, we had this little bit of strength in the morning, a little nice little run up. But I felt pretty good at the time. And then, of course, here right at that 1 o'clock hour, 1 o'clock, they knocked it down. I wonder what happened. But they sat pretty here until 1 o'clock, then they knocked it all the way down here to 67.50. That was pretty gnarly. So pretty hard knockdown right at that I period. If you split out the I, that's you see how that works. We're right down there, bounced off support at 67.55, right back up again. So range bound we are, right? So as I looked at it, then there's obviously no news to drive the market, so we nothing to lean against there. Baker's Hughes rig count came out of one. That can't be it. I mean, it's not released. So who knows? But that seemed to be like some afternoon profit taking. They hit it at 1 o'clock, and you can see how they absolutely run it lower, and then all the way down here to that 100% extension of this initial balance happened to be supported also at 67.55, and there we go. Now we are back up again. So I would just start off range bound going into the overnight, excuse me, Sunday, Monday. I would look to buy weakness for rotations up. We are making new highs. So even if we can hold it, they did extend to the upside. So we're going to start off pointing to the leaning long, looking for moves to the, looking for extensions to the upside. So we're still in stage one on this profile, extending to the upside. So that's how we're going to start on Monday. So looking to buy weakness, I would say look at this point, we'll be looking to buy at the 65s, 55s, 45s down to the 35s, same exact numbers as before. And we'll see how that whole thing develops. Most likely it's going to be this edge is going to move up here to the 6,800. So I don't know, I wonder if we hit 6,800, did we? 6,800. Yeah, we did. I think we had the one print here at 6,800. Let me see if I can find it on this chart here. Did we have anything on this chart? No. No. Well, it had to be earlier than that. Here we are. 60. Oh, exactly. As hit 6,800 to the point, to the tick. That was it. 40 contracts traded at 6,800. That was it. All right, there we go. So now we know. So we hit 6,800 and then they knocked it down from there. So we'll start off from the long side, looking to buy weakness for rotations up. We'll see until we start to see them stop extending to the upside, and we'll see how this weekend develops when it comes to and when it comes to actually moving higher. You know, if the shutdown may be averted early next week. So if they fold and they get past this early next week, I think everything else kind of continues. If they get drags on for a few weeks, we may see some weakness in the market. But right now, that's where we are. So straight ES on the long side of the market. I haven't taken any trades today. I mean, I just got back. Like everything is later than you think. So it's been here for an hour and a half or something. So just managed to get my stuff back on track again here. On the bond market, a little bit of weakness. They backed off a little bit, but not by any means a huge amount. So they're pretty much still trading in this range. We started off range bound on the bond market, looking to sell strength up to the 17.16. That turned out to be a perfect trade at 16 right there. And then support at the 16.28 held. So support there has worked great today. It is biased, a little skewed to the downside. I would look for early weakness going into Monday's trading, Sunday, Monday's trading. Let's see if they can try to take this lower. So that's the bond market. Nasdaq, it feels a little bit weaker if you look at what's going on there. Some big tech stocks are getting knocked down pretty hard. It looked like the big liquidation in the big tech stocks. Most of them seems to be across the board. The quantum stocks are popping like crazy. And the crypto stocks are doing good. The quantum and crypto are doing okay. The big techs and a little bit of AI stuff is not so much. So that's where we are. And I think that's why the Nasdaq is a little bit lower than the ES is. But they took out that 970 and JK hard run down there, retracement as well. So this edge is going to come up a few ticks to 920. But as long as they hold these two support areas at the 25,000 and 970s, we're going to start off the same as the ES. Looking for early weakness. Yeah, we're looking to buy early weakness for rotations back up. If the trade below that 970, I would be more inclined to stay on and look for retracement trades at that point. So that's the Nasdaq going into the overnight Sunday and Monday. But as you can tell, Nasdaq gives you a hint, right? So they made a new high, so they're technically in stage one, but they retraced all the way down below the low of yesterday, so 990, 25,000. And if they can't hold that level, I would be just inclined to, I would be inclined to uh, stay. If they can't hold it, I would be inclined to stay range bound, maybe look for early weakness. If they can hold it, I would lean towards the long side. So that's kind of the dynamic. So look for yesterday's low. That would be this area, the 990, 25,000. If they can hold that level, we start off range bound with a bias to the upside. Otherwise, we are going to stay on the short side of this. Or not, maybe not short side, but are definitely looking for early weakness. And then finally, oil and gold. And I can't say not much happening there. So oil and gold. Oops, that was not right. Split this guy out. I didn't split out the A period today even. Huh. So oil is as range band in a holding pattern, holding below that 61.30, 20 to 30. So stay range band on oil, stay on the short side. And look for the sell strength at 61.30 and 61.60 for rotations back down on oil. So that's oil for going into the overnight. And gold back up again. Strong gold. Look at that. They are still moving higher. So they've taken out those areas I was looking at this morning, the 39.05, 39.10, these two. Definitely extending faster. So as long as they hold above these two, we are starting off on the long side, and let's see if they're going to be knocking this out of the park on Sunday, Monday. So we'll see. So range bound trading, biases to the upside on gold, biases to the downside on oil. Right. Now back to the ES again, and we'll wrap it up for today. So pretty much holding in this range still. Let's see if we get some strength going into the close. That would be a good sign. All right, guys, we'll wrap it there. So nothing really going on in terms of news coming in next week. So we'll just do this government shutdown stuff, and let's see how the market feels over the weekend. All right, guys, you have a great weekend, and I'll see you back Monday morning. You have later.